mate. So I want to talk about the draft itself. But I don't want to talk about. I don't want to ask you the stereotypical questions. I don't want to be like, oh, how was this? But like, so prior to the draft, the things that have interested me, because obviously you see these people having like parties and things like that, and everybody knew. Like, so did you know beforehand that you were even in contention for the draft? Because I know obviously you have to declare for these things, but were you just thinking, if I get a contract somewhere, I get a contract? Were you like, I'm in the draft and I expect to be selected in the draft?
Yeah, so me personally, every player is different. Some teams reach out to players and kind of talk to them, said, yeah, we're going to look to take you in the first, second round. But for me personally, no one reached out. I kind of had, like hope to go somewhere. But to tell you the complete truth, I had no idea if I was going to get picked up. Had a hunch about a few teams because like prior to the draft, I was, talked to a couple teams, nothing serious, but just a few conversations here and there. So I was hopeful to say the least, but I had no idea. And then when that pick came out for the Giltinis, it was just unbelievable. I mean, I was just shocked, didn't know how to react, to be honest with you. Just so excited. Because funny story, I was watching it on the live stream, and then our live stream cut out, so I had to go back and watch it on the Rugby Network, where it's just up there. You can just watch it any time. And so we're just watching the draft, like going through every pick, but we were 20 minutes behind, and all of a sudden my phone started exploding, and I just didn't even look at it. I just muted it off because I just didn't want to know, like, right? Like I was eyes glued to the TV, just every pick, just seeing if I was going to go or not. And then LA came around and picked me. So yeah.
I love the thought of you being the last person to know you've been selected by the Giltinis.
Yeah.
Like that's incredible. So were you with like mum and dad and things like that, or were you just chilling with like your mates and your roommate?
Yeah, and unfortunately, the folks are out of town at the moment. Just
no.
Obviously super selfish. Like, why wouldn't they know I'm in the draft? Like, why wouldn't they know? I was with my roommate Emerson Pryor. Shout out to the male nurse, absolute warrior. Just out there battling the front lines. But
I was gonna say, frontline warrior. What is it? The essential worker. That's what he is. Class.
There you go. I mean, he has a bit of an ego, so don't say that to him too much.
No, anybody that works in the healthcare industry, stuff like that, all the time in the world for superheroes in my book.
Yeah, he's a great lad. But yeah, I was watching it with Emerson, and then with my girlfriend Lexi as well. So shout out Lexi Kronk. She wrote at UVic, actually, funny enough. So
hey, mate, if she's good, she can come on the podcast. All sports welcome, not just rugby on this podcast.
Hey man, she's she's has quality dad jokes. I'm sure she'd fit in just well, I hear. So
yeah, you've seen the standard of my jokes, so she's better than me. So we'll get her on.
Oh yeah, come on, it's not saying much, Shenny. So come on. But I was just watching it with Emerson and Lexi, and then with Emerson's friend Rachel as well. So yeah, Manny, it was awesome. It was just a really cool experience, and we're thinking about setting up the the Instagram live, because obviously everyone will be tuning in, and thousands of viewers, just like the NFL right now. But
I'd be there.
Hey, thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. But obviously, bit of more of a humble experience, sure, but still nonetheless awesome. Really cool.
Mate, so cool. Like the thing, like for me to say I know somebody that was in the draft, because we think of the drafts as such a big monumental occasion, and it is what it is. It's a life-changing event. So for you to get that, it's like, so how did the emotions hit when you eventually caught up with the live stream and you figured out where you were? Was it like a jump off the sofa of I'm in the draft, or was it a proper, almost the world sort of, in like the cartoons where the world disperses and they're just surrounded by black? Was it one of those where you're just like, I'm in my own head right now?
Yeah. I kind of, looking back on it, obviously you can't control how you're going to react to things. Mm-hmm. So I kind of, I don't regret it, but it just seemed like I was, because
cool, calm and collected, just like
just like
it was happening.
Oh yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, no, but it's definitely what you said. Like the second one, just everything kind of like blacked out, and I was kind of like, and then everyone else was watching it with just jumped off the couch, and we're super excited. But I was just kind of like still taking it in. So yeah, just crazy.
I still can't believe the way you found it, because obviously I'm a massive American football fan, so I see when they phone the draft, they phone them prior. So I can't believe that genuinely the first time you saw that you were a Giltini was when you saw George Killebrew just stood there reading your name and a photo of your own face. I would think I've been pranked. Like I genuinely would have gone. I'd have looked at my roommate and be like, "You've managed to knacker the feed and set something up." Like,
Yeah.
So did the Giltinis phone you after it? Like, were they just like, "Hey, did you see the draft?" Or
Yeah. Well, funny enough, I actually, when I was watching the live stream, it cut out and I had to go back and figure it out again. My agent actually called me and he was like, "You watching the draft?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm like behind, like don't say anything." And he's like, "Okay," but yeah, before he said that, before I said that, he said, "Do you want to know which team you're going to?" I said, "No, just give me a second." So yeah, so I knew I got picked up by a team, but I didn't know which one. And then yeah, obviously Giltini's picked me, and then got a phone call from the manager. About 10 minutes after I found out, so it took a little bit for them to reach out. But yeah, just basically when they're chatting away, it was just crazy, right? Just obviously I didn't have a lot to say, try not to say anything stupid, but basically just listen. But yeah, it was just crazy phone call, you know. Just that's when I'd say that's when it probably really sunk in, when I got that phone call and kind of had that personal connection with the Giltinis. But yeah, it was just crazy, man. Just awesome.
Mate, that's so cool. When do they get you down to start preseason and things like that? How long you got left in good old Cochrane?
Good old Cochrane. But yeah, yeah. So I'm actually talking to the team right now, trying to figure that out. But typically preseason usually starts in December or January. But I know the Giltinis have kind of like a few feeder teams that play in like local club comps that they might want me to come down and play in. So yeah, basically just figuring out when best time to come down is really. I mean, currently, also with the Pacific Pride, we have a comp coming up here in the fall, which would be quite good to play in, and then last for a couple months. So might try playing that, and then maybe go down after that. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll tell you when I know.
Amazing. I'll get the scoop again. Get the first exclusive, then get the scoop.
100%. There you go.
Mate, it speaks volumes to you, and I'm sure when all the famous faces watch the podcast that they'll see, but it speaks volumes to you that you're like, I still want to play my rugby. I want to make sure that I can stay healthy and stay on top of my game. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. Have all the big names been in touch yet? Have you had has DTH been blowing up the phone, getting in touch, or has Adam Ashley Cooper phoned up yet?
Yeah, I don't know. Adam, Mr. Cooper hasn't called me yet. I don't know why. Maybe
he's in travel. It's time zone, Australia, and that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's why he hasn't reached out yet. But no, but luckily enough, DTH has reached out. So yeah, I actually met DTH when I was playing for Canada U19. We actually went on tour to Wales, and DTH was playing for the Scarlets at that point. So I had the opportunity to meet him there, and you know, every once in a while, I kind of would reach out to him and pick his brain about a few things here and there. So, you know, obviously we're not best mates or anything, but I definitely know him prior. And yeah, he reached out and kind of said, "Hey man, congrats," and kind of gave me the scoop and everything. And yeah, so it's just really cool to just have guys like that reach out, and you know, just makes you feel part of it for sure. And just yeah, really appreciate you know, him reaching out and making sure everything's okay. And if I need anything, he definitely said don't hesitate to reach out. So
amazing. And last but not least, about LA, are you taking the cowboy boots and the bolo tie and the hat all the way down? Are you going to be Canadian? Is the Canadian cowboy going south, or is the Canadian cowboy retiring for a couple of years while he becomes an LA superstar?
Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I don't know. Wherever you go,
you're very humble about all of this, bro. You're going to like the center of media world in LA, and you're just like, I'll just be chilling in this, just living my life.
Dude, I might have to start a memes account. You know, just all the things. Because 100% I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb, man. Like rubbing with the locals in LA, but yeah, you know, obviously got to bring the boots and the bolo tie, man. You know, you gotta stay true to who you are, and you can't forget about that. So yeah, oh yeah, I'll just, you know, maybe some people see it as me being a Marmite person, but you know, whether they like me or they won't. But yeah, no, I reckon they're coming for sure. Yeah.
Mate, if you're true to yourself, it's very difficult not to like somebody that's true to themselves. So I think you'll be fine.